Evening, guys. I'm under a promise then today to... I've got several saws to run, which I really must run today. First one, I'm going to only run briefly. This is a message for a young guy, Sean. Thanks for buying the beautiful Husqvarna 162 SE, and got some incredible history with this saw. And so I know this is your first vintage Husky, and I've got a couple of extras for you. I've got a brand new bar scabbard for you. I've only just put on the brand new chain today. I was sliding on, the chains are so sharp when they're new. I slid it on. It's already sliced a tiny hole in the new scabbard. So I know you haven't seen this go run. We're going to correct that right now, and I've also got a couple of other surprises I'm putting in the box to you as well. I know it's your first vintage Husky, so I put a few essentials in which I hope you really like. And out with her today then are a few saws, all from the same period. So we have, where are we in date order? All right then, so the John Sid 80, spectacular. 1970 on, spectacular. And then next in date would be a couple of my favourites. So the Castor C70, a rebrand of the Alpina 70, 1974. In fact, the same as the Stihl 045, which I'm under a promise to run today. I will do a demo cut with this one now. That's the Stihl 045, amazing forestry saw from Stihl. Then from 76, we've got the spectacular West German Dolmar 119, the 162, same year, from 76, and then slightly later the Rancher, which is from 78. So all these girls started life within 8 years, but within the 70s to the 80s. And it's interesting how they make their displacements then. So we've got a range from 61 up to 80, and where are we in piston size? Let's have a quick think. So smallest piston then is it's interesting, it's the Dolmar. So the Dolmar runs a 4735, which gives you a nominal 61. So only marginally longer stroke, 4735. The Huskies are, like lots of the Huskies, 4834, well proven. Then the next one is going to be 4834 is going to be interestingly, so it's the Stihl. That's a 5038, so nominal 75 cc. Then interestingly, it's the Castor, which is a 5134, nominal 70, and then the spectacular John Sid 80. That's a 5238. All amazing creatures in their own right. Okay, so let's first show them the beautiful. Let's try not to slice that scabbard up. So this girl then, 1976, very, very similar to the 61s, as most of you will probably know then, and predates her by a couple of years. And is she better made, or is she just differently made? So all mag alloy pull start housing, mag alloy fuel tank, whereas the other ones they've gone to a composite there, and slight difference on the lid, the way it fastens on, just a few small tweaks and differences. And I was reading there is some porting difference. I don't know if that's true. I haven't disassembled the 162 to check that actually personally. This saw's in gorgeous condition, cosmetically all the way around, unbroken, and just a tiny bit of paint missing off the rear handle. Running wise, she's spectacular, I would say. Oh, bit of choke. Choke off. So she's straight up, straight back down again, rock steady idle, chain brake excellent, never cut with this machine. She's got the, what we believe was, because of the estate that she came from, she's got the original, so I was told, the original 20-inch Sandvik, which is a Swedish bar, and this brand new chain. So I'm only going to do one cut, Sean, because I know you like to take the first cuts yourself, and so I'll do one disc just to make sure she doesn't bog down, show you her cutting, and then we'll box her up carefully and get her off. I don't think the Kerr's going to get her tomorrow because it's bank holiday, but we'll see. So we've got some spruce, about 10-inch. Wow, absolutely effortless, and God, what a beautiful cutting machine. Should have angled the sawdust somewhere else. It's gone over all the other bits and pieces. Okay. Ah. Hey Sean, hope you love the saw. Can't wait to hear how you get on with the first cuts. Let's put that there. Right, let's put this girl at the back. Because she is sold, and right, the next girl I was under a promise to show, just covered this girl with sawdust as well, is the Rancher 61. So a couple of years after then, and actually exactly the same internals, slightly different carburettor on this. I'm sure the 162 is running a Tillotson, and this is running the Walbro setup, and plastic pull start housing, metal on the 162, looks identical on the chain brake, different lid, plastic fuel tank, composite tank, metal on the 162, and just a couple of years later, exactly the same displacement, 61 cc's, and so this goes running a brand new Super Pro 16-inch Colton bar, brand new Oregon full chisel chain, again just another saw which has been on display, never cut with. Change that today now, under a promise to show this to a really nice guy. Running wires, again this girl is spectacular. Choke off. So cutting performance wise on this type of wood should be, I would think, absolutely identical. Right, let us take a couple of discs with this girl. And strange joy, no matter how many times I start some of my 1970s, 60s and 50s engines, I never get bored of cutting with them. I absolutely love picking up the old engines. Well, there's a real knotty piece of spruce coming through here. Okay, this will be interesting. Yep. What else did this girl have? So, new plug, correct obviously, and correct size pull cord. Was just pull start housing is always nice just to rebuild, keep it fresh, make sure the spring is clean, etc. Had a replacement clutch drum so that this one could, they came with two different style clutch drums. One was the conventional spur 7-tooth, and then of course when they wear you need to replace the clutch drum, so I've replaced this with the same version you can put onto the 266, which lets you run a rim sprocket. So this girl's running now a brand new rim sprocket just because it's running a brand new chain on a brand new bar. Right. Wow, that was a real knotty piece there. That just went through. Wow, it's got that beautiful smell, spruce, when you cut through it. Gorgeous, gorgeous smelling. So there's the ever impressive 61. So could possibly be leaned out just a fraction as well, I fancy, after hearing the 162 run. Let's just do that again, guys. And oh. Yeah, possibly a 16th of a turn off the top end, just to, like we say, always remember what you told me, John. Yeah, it's good not to lose, you know, missing out on the real important part of the power curve. Right, and now, oh, I can't wait to run this saw either. So this is one of the beautiful West German forestry saws. Again, I have never cut with this saw either. Genuinely. People think I joke when I tell them this, but genuinely never cut with this saw. So I think all of these saws, yep, I'm pretty sure they have apart from the caster. So all of these saws have adjustable chain oilers, all professional saws, Stihl adjustable from the underside. Heavy saw this, well, heavier than the other girls slightly, around the 9 kilo mark. And interestingly, on paper, can only run up to, can run up to, I think they state a 25 or a 26 inch bar, but just a different way of making the power. That's a gorgeous, gorgeous engine. Hey guys, look at that. I've just pulled out that, and that's got a brand new pull cord in. I wonder if I've just pulled that so much I've just jammed it to the top. Let me pause the video and just see if it just clicks back in. If not, we'll have to postpone the cutting for this one. Back in a second, guys. Hey guys. Right, what to do with the helmet? Here it is. Yep, so it's interesting when you tension the pulley on some of the older saws. They have a defined number of winds to pull them round. Otherwise, as you've just seen, when you pull them, if you get a full extension, you'll actually just catch and jam the spring, and the spring will actually unwind. Will actually keep the pulley locked inside the starter housing. So I've just backed it off one turn. Okay then, let's show this beautiful girl running. So West German, 75 cc's, big piston, 50 mil, and just a gorgeous, gorgeous vintage forestry saw. Any of you looking at this will know this is the same design as the 056, and interestingly this girl comes in several guises as well. So sometimes you'll see these, I'm not sure which one predates the other. You'll see this with the natural coloured plastic knuckle guard, also in the black, which I have, and also the EQ version. So you'll have a chain brake version as well with electronic ignition. And shout out Sean, you had a 045 from me a little while back, and I know you're getting on well with it. So can't remember if yours had a chain brake or not. Can't remember. Right, guys, let me show you this beautiful girl cuts. Can't wait. I've cut with 45s, but never this one. Really interesting, isn't it? So, although this girl is, you know, within 2 years of the 61s, and they're spectacular saws to use, absolutely spectacular, you just know you're using a heavier, slightly more powerful machine. I think on paper, depends on the literature as well, and presumably on the model. There is undoubtedly some slight engine changes for the later EQ version. So approximately 4.5 horsepower, but it's just, perhaps it's just the weight of this saw in the wood. It's just that much more effortless. Guys, we're going to have to put this on something bigger just to see how that performs. Let us, now this piece of wood here is particularly nasty. Let's, hang on. Right then. So some part of the pine tree or conifer family, I'm not sure why it is so gorgeous pungent smell from this tree when it's when you cut it, but so heavy. Okay, right guys, let's take a disc off of this one. Okay. She cuts absolutely spectacular. What a gorgeous, gorgeous cutting machine. Oh yeah, it's got a really rich, pungent, almost like an essential oil, just that type of smell. Just beautiful. Fabulous cutting as well. Okay guys, well, there they are then. That's 3 beautiful vintage saws then from 74, 1976, and then the Rancher 1978. Hope that's enjoyable, guys. All amazing cutting machines in their own right, but just goes to show, doesn't it, that in certain scenarios for some older school people. I'm probably one of those. I gravitate towards a much heavier engine that just sits in the wood and kind of feels more stable just through the extra bulk of the chassis of the saw, the lazier stroke of the engine. And the strange thing is, we're only talking about as well just millimeters. But what's the stroke spread between these saws then? We are at 34, 35, 34, 34, 35 on the Dolmar, 34 on the 162, 38 and 38. So there's only 4 millimeters difference, which is tiny but makes such a colossal difference to the engine characteristic. Okay guys, there's a selection from the 1970s. Hope you enjoyed. Stay safe, bye for now.